hold on to your seats. Because what I'm about to tell you isn't just shocking, it's the kind of story that will make your jaw drop, your tea spill, and your social feed explode all at once. Yes, we're talking about Charlie Kirk, the conservative firebrand who's been making headlines for years, but this time, it's not speeches, rallies, or Twitter feuds. No, this is darker. This is murder, betrayal, and a family secret that could destroy reputations overnight. You heard that right. Sources close to the chaos are whispering that Erika Kirk has been arrested, and the circumstances? Let's just say they're as twisted as a Hollywood thriller. But wait, there's more. Kimberly Guilfoyle, yes, the glamorous political powerhouse herself, has come forward with revelations that could shake the foundations of power and privilege, exposing secrets that nobody expected to see in public. So what really happened? Was it a crime of passion, a premeditated plot, or a web of lies spun so tightly it could strangle even the most untouchable elite? And why is everyone from politicians to pundits suddenly scrambling to cover their tracks? Buckle up, because the answers are explosive, the drama is relentless, and the truth. Oh, the truth is far darker than anyone imagined. The tension started long before any handcuffs clicked. Long before flashing lights turned a quiet suburban street into a media circus. Charlie Kirk, known for his fiery rhetoric and polarizing presence, had already been swimming in controversy for years, but nothing, absolutely nothing, could have prepared the public for the storm that was about to break. Friends and foes alike whispered about cracks in the Kirk family facade, but no one expected those whispers to escalate into a full-blown criminal investigation that would leave political commentators gasping and conspiracy theorists cheering like children on Christmas morning. Erika Kirk, the once quiet sibling living in the shadow of a famous last name, suddenly found herself at the center of a nightmare that not even the sharpest political strategist could navigate. Arrested in the early hours, sources say she was reportedly surrounded by federal agents who had been tracking her movements for months, leaving neighbors stunned and the online world ablaze with speculation. The scene resembled something out of a Netflix true crime special. SUVs blocking the streets, flash photography blinding anyone unlucky enough to peek outside, and a swirl of rumors that no one could ignore. And then Kimberly Guilfoyle enters the picture not as a spectator, but as a bombshell witness whose revelations threaten to tear apart more than just a family. Imagine the charisma, the public influence, and the private connections of someone who could walk into a room and drop a truth bomb that shakes the elite to its core. According to insiders, Guilfoyle's statements didn't just point fingers, they painted a full landscape of deception, abuse, and mismanagement that stretches far beyond what anyone could have imagined. Every word she revealed, every private detail exposed, was enough to make journalists stumble over their pens and social media pundits trip over their own dramatic takes. The sheer audacity of it all was breathtaking. And suddenly, Erika Kirk's arrest wasn't just news, it was the opening act of a drama, so wild it threatened to redefine public perception of power, privilege, and influence. What's especially disturbing, say sources close to the investigation, is the alleged level of premeditation involved. Rumors hint at late-night meetings in shadowy corners of the city, encrypted messages, and the kind of strategy sessions that usually belong in a high-budget thriller rather than real life. Erika, whose public image had always been meticulously curated to appear ordinary and approachable, is now being painted as a mastermind whose motives remain murky, but whose consequences are undeniable. And while the legal machinery gears up, the online world is already erupting with speculation. Could this be part of a larger conspiracy? One that entangles politicians, lobbyists, and social influencers in a tangled web of loyalty, betrayal, and ambition? Early leaks suggest lavish spending that borders on the obscene. Private accounts with transactions that raise more questions than they answer, and communications intercepted by sources claiming to have insider access. Every revelation feels like peeling back layers of an onion, each more pungent and shocking than the last, and yet the public cannot look away. Meanwhile, public reaction is a storm of disbelief, outrage, and fascination. Hashtags trend before the sun rises, tweets explode into viral threads, and late-night hosts can barely keep up with the relentless pace of updates. People are asking questions nobody has answers to yet. How much did Charlie Kirk know? Was Erika acting alone, or was she the visible tip of a deeper iceberg? And what role did Kimberly Guilfoyle play beyond what has already been leaked? Rumors circulate of private dinners where information was exchanged, of conversations recorded in the most secretive locations, and of evidence so damning that those involved reportedly feared it could trigger resignations and public resignations within hours. Analysts speculate about the ripple effects across political circles and media outlets. Some claim it could topple carefully constructed narratives. Others suggest it's just the beginning of a scandal so intricate and so bold that no one will walk away unscathed. And yet, amidst the chaos, one thing is clear: the story is far from over. Every phone call, every leaked document, every whispered confession adds another layer to an already thickening plot. Erika Kirk's arrest may be the headline, but the hidden truths that Kimberly Guilfoyle has begun to expose are the real fireworks, threatening to illuminate secrets that the powerful have worked decades to hide. The public may never know the full extent of what happened behind closed doors, but every revelation pulls us deeper into a world where ambition, betrayal, and influence collide in ways that are almost too outrageous to be true. As neighbors watch cameras roll outside their homes, and as social media debates rage into the night, one question hangs over everything: who is truly in control, and who will pay the price when the dust finally settles? The story didn't stop with Erika Kirk's arrest. In fact, that was only the tip of the iceberg. Sources claiming insider access began leaking details that were so explosive, even seasoned journalists struggled to keep up. According to these whispers, Erika wasn't acting alone, far from it. Investigators reportedly uncovered encrypted communications suggesting a network of associates, political operatives, and even financial advisors who had been quietly orchestrating moves behind the scenes. One anonymous source told us, "This isn't just a family scandal. This is a calculated operation that touches every corner of influence these people have. It's bigger than anyone realizes." And with those words, the imagination of the public went wild. Pictures of boardrooms, hidden bank accounts, and secret alliances filling timelines and comment sections in seconds. Kimberly Guilfoyle's involvement, meanwhile, became the subject of endless speculation. Insiders suggest she may have acted as both whistleblower and strategist, carefully documenting every conversation, every decision, every transaction. Some claim she even recorded private meetings, capturing confessions that would make even the most composed political figures squirm. Leaked snippets allegedly reveal conversations where Erika discussed manipulating public perception, diverting media attention, and using family influence to secure protection against legal consequences. Guilfoyle's supposed revelations painted a picture of a family not merely embroiled in legal troubles, but one living in a bubble of privilege and impunity, where the rules seemed designed to apply to everyone except them. The lavish lifestyle of the Kirks became another focal point. Sources claim private accounts showed extravagant expenditures, luxury vehicles, high-end travel, and events that seemed to exist solely for the sake of appearances. One insider alleged they weren't just spending money, they were flaunting it. Every dinner, every gala, every trip seemed to send a message, untouchable, untarnished, untied to reality. Of course, the public responded with predictable outrage. Social media exploded with hashtags demanding transparency, debates over justice, and heated speculation about how deep the corruption truly ran. Memes flooded the internet, some mocking, some incredulous, all underscoring the fact that no one could ignore the story. Leaked reports, allegedly from court filings and investigative subpoenas, added even more intrigue. They suggest that Erika Kirk may have used a series of shell companies to obscure financial transactions, moving millions in a pattern so complex that forensic accountants reportedly described it as a labyrinth designed to confuse anyone who tries to follow the trail. Anonymous sources claim there were attempts to influence witnesses, obscure digital records, and even intimidate potential whistleblowers. Every day brought a new revelation, each one more scandalous than the last, with the public left wondering if anything in this family's world was actually legitimate. And then there's the political fallout. Charlie Kirk, already a lightning rod for controversy, found himself under intense scrutiny as questions about his knowledge and involvement surfaced. Critics suggest that even if he wasn't directly involved in Erika's alleged schemes, his silence and proximity to the events cast a shadow over his public persona. Political commentators debated endlessly. Did he know more than he claimed? Was he strategically distancing himself, or was he caught completely off guard? Every media outlet, from conservative blogs to mainstream news, tried to parse the implications, but the story kept mutating faster than anyone could cover it. Public sentiment, meanwhile, was reaching a fever pitch. Protesters reportedly gathered outside family properties, demanding accountability, while online forums became breeding grounds for theory after theory. Some suggested Erika's arrest was part of a larger political power play, aimed at destabilizing certain factions. Others speculated that Guilfoyle herself had leveraged the situation to secure influence in circles where power is currency. One viral post read, "This isn't just family drama, it's a masterclass in manipulation, and we're all witnessing it in real time." The mix of outrage, fascination, and fear created an atmosphere where every leaked detail was dissected, tweeted, and meme-feed within minutes. But perhaps the most chilling part of all this was the human element. Sources described tense relationships, secret betrayals, and family dynamics that had clearly been simmering for years. Allegedly, Erika and Charlie had long-standing disagreements over financial decisions, public messaging, and political alignments. Family dinners, once portrayed as picturesque in public appearances, reportedly masked conversations laced with threats and intimidation. Guilfoyle's statements, if accurate, revealed fractures in loyalty, moments of sheer desperation, and the kind of high-stakes decisions that usually stay hidden behind closed doors. These were not just legal battles. They were battles of influence, trust, and survival within a family whose public image had always been carefully curated. And while all this drama unfolded, investigators reportedly discovered more irregularities that added layers to an already thick plot. Leaks indicate that Erika may have been involved in shadowy financial agreements, questionable real estate deals, and alliances that crossed lines most people assume are untouchable. Every new revelation seemed to expand the scope of the scandal, making the public wonder how many more hidden truths were lying in wait, ready to ignite another media frenzy. Every tweet, every leaked photo, every whispered tip fed the narrative of a family teetering on the edge of complete unraveling. By now, the public wasn't just watching, they were hooked. Every news cycle, every social media thread, every commentary piece added fuel to the fire. Erika Kirk's arrest was no longer the story itself. It was the gateway into a labyrinth of intrigue, power, and betrayal, with Kimberly Guilfoyle's revelations acting as the key that could unlock secrets far beyond the reach of ordinary citizens. And as evening turned into night, the question that loomed over every discussion, every speculation, and every viral post remained. If this is only what has come to light so far, what is still hidden in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to explode? As the weeks unfolded, the fallout from Erika Kirk's arrest began to ripple far beyond the family's immediate circle. Alleged financial irregularities previously whispered about were now appearing in supposed leaked documents that painted a picture of calculated audacity. Investigators, according to anonymous sources, reportedly traced millions of dollars moving through shell companies, luxury accounts, and offshore entities, suggesting a network so complex that even seasoned auditors described it as astonishingly deliberate. Every transaction, every contract, every sudden transfer seemed designed to obscure the truth, leaving authorities scrambling to untangle a web that many said rivaled the plots of best-selling thrillers. Meanwhile, Kimberly Guilfoyle's revelations only intensified the storm. Her alleged confessions, conversations, and documents reportedly outlined a level of strategy and premeditation that was almost cinematic in scope. She allegedly detailed moments where Erika and her inner circle coordinated messaging, silenced dissenting voices, and attempted to manipulate public perception. One anonymous source claimed, "They weren't just covering their tracks, they were creating a narrative. Every move, every statement was calculated for maximum impact." The public, already captivated by Erika's arrest, now found itself swept up in layers of intrigue, betrayal, and hidden power plays that no one could have predicted. As the story gained traction, the media frenzy grew exponential. Late-night shows, news outlets, and social media commentators dissected every revelation with gusto, speculating about what might happen next. Some analysts suggested that Charlie Kirk himself could face scrutiny, not for direct involvement but for proximity and silence. Others speculated that the scandal could ignite investigations into previously untouchable political circles, questioning loyalties, partnerships, and ethics in ways that few expected. The combination of legal exposure, leaked evidence, and public pressure created an atmosphere where even the most seasoned political figures reportedly felt vulnerable. Public reaction was intense, passionate, and unrelenting. Hashtags trended globally. Comment sections overflowed with theories ranging from the plausible to the absurd, and memes proliferated, mocking, questioning, and sensationalizing every tiny detail. Citizens debated everything from potential motives to hypothetical criminal charges, while online sleuths attempted to reconstruct timelines, meetings, and secret alliances. The frenzy created a climate where speculation itself became a form of evidence, feeding the narrative that Erika Kirk's arrest was only the first act in a far larger drama. Legal experts, speaking under anonymity, reportedly suggested multiple possible outcomes. Indictments, plea deals, and even federal investigations were rumored to be imminent, each possibility more explosive than the last. Some suggested that Erika's case could spark resignations or official inquiries that might reach unexpected corners of government and political institutions. Others speculated that financial fallout could ripple through investments, charities, and affiliated organizations connected to the family. The sheer scale of potential consequences, real or imagined, left the public in suspense, hanging on every update, every leak, every new rumor. And the human element remained chilling. Reports of tense confrontations, secret meetings, and familial betrayal dominated supposed insider accounts. Erika and Charlie, once presented to the public as a unified front, were now described as deeply divided, with disagreements over strategy, loyalty, and exposure reportedly escalating behind closed doors. Guilfoyle's alleged documentation of these conflicts only added layers to the drama, revealing moments of desperation, confrontation, and subtle manipulations that suggested a family operating under extreme pressure, yet still trying to project normalcy to the outside world. The combination of legal, financial, and personal turmoil created a pressure cooker that showed no signs of easing. Every new leak, every revelation, every social media post intensified public curiosity and media coverage. Allegedly, Erika's arrest acted as the spark, but Kimberly Guilfoyle's exposes were the accelerant, igniting conversations and debates that spanned politics, entertainment, and social commentary. Every person connected to the story, directly or indirectly, reportedly found themselves scrutinized, their actions analyzed, and their loyalty questioned. By now, the narrative had taken on a life of its own. Public fascination was no longer merely about Erika Kirk's arrest. It was about uncovering the hidden truths, connecting the dots, and speculating about what could happen next. Would there be further arrests? Could this scandal destabilize powerful networks? And most importantly, who would emerge unscathed, if anyone? Each unanswered question heightened suspense, creating an atmosphere where every detail, every leak, and every rumor was magnified, dissected, and dramatized for maximum effect. Even as authorities continued investigations behind closed doors, the story had already left an indelible mark on public consciousness. Social media chatter suggested that people were not just curious, they were obsessed, eager for each new twist, each revelation, and each dramatic turn in a story that seemed far stranger than fiction. And with Kimberly Guilfoyle positioned at the center of these revelations, exposing what insiders claim are decades of secrets, The public couldn't help but wonder how far the ripples would go, how many reputations would fall, and who would ultimately bear the consequences of the scandal that had captivated an entire nation. The intensity, the drama, and the scandal were far from over. Every phone call, every leaked document, every revelation only added fuel to the fire. Erika Kirk's arrest may have been the headline, but the ongoing consequences, the hidden truths, and the explosive revelations promised a story that would continue to dominate conversations, trend across platforms, and captivate audiences for weeks, months, and possibly years. The question now wasn't just what had happened, it was what was coming next, and who would survive the storm. So, where does that leave us? Erika Kirk behind bars, Charlie Kirk under scrutiny, and Kimberly Guilfoyle dropping truth bombs that nobody saw coming. The questions keep piling up, and the answers, well, some may never come. Who knew that a single arrest could unravel decades of influence, privilege, and carefully hidden secrets? Who else is involved that we haven't heard about yet? And just how far will this ripple through political circles, media powerhouses, and elite networks? The public is watching, dissecting, and debating every move, every revelation, every leaked detail. This isn't just a scandal, it's a spectacle, a high-stakes drama that blends power. High-stakes drama that blends power,